Okay, we're in Math 31, section 5.1, and this is our introduction to decimal numbers. Okay, we have a few problems here where we have to write it out in words. And what you're going to do here is use the word "and" when you get to the decimal point, nowhere else, by the way. And then you'll do the rest of the number as if it were just a straight number like 134 in this case. And then you'll indicate the place value of the last digit. So this one here is 18. Here comes a decimal. You write the word "and." 134. Notice the hyphen. You use that between numbers from 11 to 99 when they're two words. And then you put the place value of the last digit. Hundredths. Nope, that's not correct. Sorry. Thousands. So third one over is thousands. Okay, let's see if I can avoid the brain damage problem on this next one here. Write the decimal in words. We don't need to say "and" because there's nothing to the left of it. So this one's easy. Just say 31, and the place value of the last digit would be hundredths. Okay, a couple things here. You want to make sure you don't leave the TH off, and please pay attention how to spell hundred. Hundredths is how you would read that. Okay, we have a decimal with stuff to the left, so we're going to simply write the numbers that to the left first. So 500. Okay, this one doesn't have the TH because we're on the left. 500, and then "and" to indicate the decimal point. 20. Sorry, I'm having trouble here. 23, and you finish with the place value, in this case hundredths, of the last digit. Okay, going the other direction, you want to locate the decimal point. So we have 906 on the left and 15 thousandths. So I need to get all the way over here to the thousandths column. And the only way to get 15 to fill out 3 columns is to pad it with a 0 before you do it. There's your 15 thousandths. The next example here, 9 and 35 hundredths. We got the "and" that separates the part. That's the decimal point. So 9 and then we have 35 hundredths. So we got to get over here to the hundredths column, and 35 neatly fills those 2 spaces. 84 and 3/10. So 84. Then you got the "and." There's your indication of your decimal. Tenths is the first column, so we just put a 3 there, and we've got our 3/10. Okay, write a decimal number. The decimal number is a fraction or a mixed number. Well, this one's a mixed number since it's got that 8. So 8, and then the fractional part is 2/10. And the reason I know it's 2/10 is this is in the tenths column. Now that 2 over 10, we got to take an extra step here. Divide them both by 2, and you get 1/5. So there's the answer. Now, if you want to unravel that and say 41 over 5, then be my guest. Okay, this next one here is 42 wholes. And then we have 15, and they're thousandths because that's the third digit to the right of the decimal point. Now that 15 and 10, if we divide them by 5, we'll simplify this to 42. 15 divided by 5 is 3, and 1,000 divided by 5 is 200. And once again, you could make that a top-heavy improper fraction, but I wouldn't suggest you do it on this problem. Okay, write each number as a fraction or decimal. This one's pretty easy. We have 8, and because of the place value of that second digit, they're hundredths. Now we'll divide the top and bottom by 4, and that'll take us down to 2 over 25, which is the result you'll want to keep. Okay, in the next section, we're going to compare the size of decimals. And what you do is basically look at only the part starting from the left that matches until you get to the first mismatch. So in this problem here, it matches all the way up to that 2, like that. So just look at it, and you can ignore the decimals at this point, okay? 32 is greater than 31 is how you want to think about it. But you can see that all the digits match except the one on the right. Okay, let's do it again here. The matching digits here are that and this, and they're exactly the same, 203, negative 203 on both sides, so we put an equal sign there. Now it's really negative 2.03, but at this stage you can just treat it as if there were no decimal in the problem when you're comparing them. Okay, the first mismatch is in the hundredths column, and negative 1402 is actually less than negative 1400. So think further to the left on a number line. All right, we've got some rounding skills here. You're supposed to round in this problem to the nearest hundredth, which is right there. So you're essentially going to write the number up until that point and then decide whether to go with 2 at the last digit or bump it up to 3. And since we have a 7 next door, we will go up a digit. So 3428.63 is the correct rounding. Okay, this one is just different place value, but the same skills. We're going to round to the nearest tenth. So our choices are 3.8 or 3.9. The 2 next door is not enough to warrant us going higher, so 3.8. All right. The nearest thousandths. The thousandths is the third column over. So I'm going to copy everything up until that point. I will either say 6 or 7, and the next digit settles it. We go up to 7. Okay, in this one here, we're supposed to round. There's actually 2 parts here. First, round to the nearest dollar. And since we have a 3 next door, we're going to go with $48. Dollars, you want to put the extra zeros on. And then the nearest cent, well, we're going to keep this at 32. I don't think so. It's got a 5 next door, which bumps it up. So $48.33 is the correct rounding on this problem. Okay, example Q. We're supposed to round this to the nearest dollar, which should be right there, the whole dollars. And it's either 39 or we have to bump up to 40 if we do this. And sure enough, that 8 is enough to warrant that change, so $40. Okay, that does it for section 5.1, Introduction to Decimal Numbers.